Do you want to know one of the worst situations you can experience as a network marketer is? You know what it is? It isn't being rejected by people or family and friends telling you it's a scam or whatever. I mean, that does hurt, right? It's actually hitting a rank, all that time and effort it takes to get there, to move through your compensation plan, and then to actually lose the rank. It's awful. It's sickening. I mean, imagine like the bonuses you get. Maybe a car bonus is on the drive. You've got to take it back. Maybe a financial bonus coming in. You're going to lose that amount of money. You quit a job. Now you need the job back. You definitely never ever want to be in a situation where you've built up a rank and then you risk losing it. So let's put you in a position where you can, even if you've never got a rank yet, you know that by doing these 7 steps I'm going to teach you right now, that when you hit a rank, you can keep it, it's secure, and you can scale. Or if you're in a situation right now where you've been building and growing, and you're now sweating that maybe your team or something is shrinking, let's see if we can revitalize that rank and push for the next one to get that recognition back and get that security. Let's just dive straight in. I'm not one for chit chat. I want to teach you something useful. If you watch my videos, I just cut straight to it, right? So there's 7 of us to go through. There's probably no one more important than the other, so pay attention to all of them, write them down if you can. Let's begin with this one. How you build and achieve that rank is the same as what's going to be required, oh my goodness, to maintain it. Good job you're not here for my writing skills. That says maintain, believe it or not. Maintain, there we are. So how you build it is how you maintain it. Why would I tell you this? Because it's very important to secure a rank, okay? You're a human being and you have limitations of emotion, of energy, of time, of effort, of just wanting to do certain things for a certain duration. And we're taught, hey, move through the ranks with this 5-year plan or a 1-year plan or a 3-year plan, right? Depending on your upline, they'll give you one of those 3. And this plan is, see if it sounds familiar, sacrifice everything. Sit your family down, tell them you're going to check out emotionally because, hey, for the rest of our lives, we're going to be able to live like kings and queens because my team will build this business for me. Bullshit. You know why? Because human beings are involved. Can you guarantee that your team will produce? I've had so many situations over the last 10 years where I'm going to be your #1 rep and they do nothing. I'm all in with this business and they quit a week later. Like this is my home. This is my final foray into network marketing. Oh, what's that? A vitamin with a higher ORAC rating? I'm gone. I'm taking my people with me. You can't control human behavior. So if you think you're going to put a year, 3 years, 5 years of what do they tell you to do? Hotel meetings. They tell you to fill your diary. Right? Morning, afternoon, and evening appointments. They tell you to sacrifice sleep. Okay, because, you know, maybe you want to go to all these events and then you want to do some travel as well and do some parties in different places and, you know, all the rest of it, right? Just basically prospect everyone, prospect anybody, put them in front of a presentation, blah, 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 blah. And that's all you're going to have to do. You don't have to do any of that after a period of time. Never, ever, ever, ever have I seen that happen once in this industry personally. We hear random stories, like maybe 10 or 20 of them out of the millions of reps involved, but those numbers are shocking. Luck isn't a strategy. Don't expect that to be you. It's lotto mentality. So if you build this way, you're going to have to do that to maintain the rank. And you're not going to want to, are you? Let's face it. Let me tell you a true story. I never revealed the guy's name. We call him Johnny Upline. Johnny Upline came to me when I was getting a little bit of success. I was on a couple of leaderboards. He said, Richard, if you come over to me and you put 5 years into this, okay, you're going to build such a business it will just take off without you, okay? It's such an amazing company we've got here. And I said, how long have you been in the business, Johnny Upline? And guess how long Johnny Upline had been in the business? It's a real story, real guy. I just never reveal his identity because he actually became a coaching client. He said, I've been building this for 8 years. I said, cool, what are you doing this week, Johnny? And he said, oh, man, the business is blowing up. It's always blowing up, right? It's blowing up. I said, yeah, I like your truthfulness. And he said, I've got hotel meeting on Monday. I'm in this city on Tuesday. Wednesday, I've got a full diary for my team. Thursday, I'm doing this. Friday, I'm doing that. I said, cool, don't you have a family, Johnny? He's like, yeah, 2 girls and a boy. Where are they? They're at home because they're at school. I said, okay. I said, so 8 years in, you're on the road still. You're basically a sales rep. You're basically a sales rep. Is this not the type of job that we tell people we can get them out of? Hey, if you don't work, you don't get paid. I said, Johnny, tell me what happens to your team. Be truthful. Everything's confidential when we speak. I said, be truthful. If you don't do these parties, if you don't be ringing your team up, if you're not holding their hand, if you're not doing everything for them, what happens to your numbers? He said, seriously? I said, seriously. He said, they tank. I said, I know. Why else would you be doing this? I said, so you're 3 years past the 5-year plan that I'm going to follow, and you're still a sales rep for the company. Why don't you just quit and go and get a sales rep job with better commission and less commitment? He was like, he just collapsed in his energy, like, exhaled. And I was like, come on, we got to get some of these things that I'm going to teach you right now. I said, I got to teach you some stuff here, because I do what I want, when I want, how I want, and I'm still doing numbers. You can do both. You just got to be smart and understand that what you do to build is what's going to take to maintain. Why am I telling you this in terms of securing your rank? If you're doing things right now to build your company, you build your team, and you don't like them, and you wouldn't stick at them for more than a year or two, find a replacement for that activity, because you are going to get sick and tired of it. Johnny wouldn't be able to do hotel meetings and leave his family behind forever. There comes a tipping point where he goes, screw this, I've had enough. And he quits, or he puts less effort in, and he doesn't have a replacement or a plan B, and his team goes down and he reduces his ranks. But if you know exactly what you're doing and you enjoy it, well, then you can secure the rank more effectively, correct? So that's number one, okay? Number two, you need to control the leads, and you need to control the sales. In between the two is what we call conversions. If you don't personally control that, you don't personally control your network marketing business. But Richard, there's huge amount of leverage with a team. I'm not saying that's not a great advantage. I'm saying do not depend on that. Do not expect that. Nobody owes you jack shit. Just because someone joins you doesn't mean they're going to stay with you, or nor do they have to. They're an individual. They've got their own life and their own things going on. So you need to control the leads being generated. You need to control the conversion of those leads to sales and sign-ups. How many leads do you generate a day? If your life depended on it, could you 100% say, I can generate this many leads today, Richard? I bet you couldn't give me a number. I bet it's about, or maybe, or I think. No, you need to know a number. You also need to know, let's say you say, I can generate 10 leads every day, Richard. No, I know I can do that. Great. How many of them end up being sales? Well, I know for sure, Richard, that 3 of those will become customers or reps. Great. So conversion in the middle says 30%. You need these 3 numbers. You need to say, I know I can generate this many leads. I know this many percent will convert to sales and sign up. So this is what I'm going to get today. What about duplication? This is duplication, because you can show your team. I don't get it why everybody wants to have, like, let me take them to 75 events a year. Let me convince them to do this. Let me convince them to do that. Let me give them 17 phone calls. Let me give them 20. If you could just go to somebody and say, here's a process where you can generate quality leads, you can convert this many percent of them, so you'll make this much money, all but guaranteed if you do the work, how many people are going to quit? They're going to do the work or they're not. You're bringing them in with the correct expectations, which we're going to come to in a second. So they know, if I can get 10 of these leads with this activity and I get 30% to sign up and I make this much money, am I happy with that? Yes or no? And if the answer is yes, they join you, they stay. Your rank stays, your rank grows, because you become known as the professional network marketer, as opposed to go to your friends and family with your cap in your hand and get some sympathy sales, which is never going to cut it for the ranks anyway. You think getting 4 sales from your grandma is going to set you financially free? For crying out loud, let's get real. I don't know why this is even taught as a strategy. I mean, like, let's say you get 7 shampoo sales from your uncle who's bald. You know he isn't going to buy any more after that. He's just trying to shut you up or keep you off of his case. Like, do you really want to go beg around family and friends for a couple of bottles of shampoo or a couple of bottles of vitamin or a monthly auto ship? You're crossing your fingers, I hope they pay, because your whole business is prodded up or poked up by held up by sympathy. We don't want sympathy sales. We want to be professionals. So control the flow of leads, know your conversions, know how many sales you're going to get. Now you're in business and you can scale and secure that rank because you control those numbers, okay? It makes sense, doesn't it? Can't believe no one ever taught you this. I'm glad that someone taught me and I can pass it on, okay? Control leads and that, okay? There's something else I want to talk to about that in a second. Also, manage expectations, okay? If you come into this industry and you've come in off the marketing with your expectation is up here, okay? And what do we mean by expectation? You're going to be a millionaire within the year, okay? It's just copy and paste easy, okay? If you've got skin, you'll win. I just made that up, whatever, right? So your expectation is all the way up here. And then the second you get in, you go boom, right down to the actual truth. You said there was a system, you said this, you said millionaire. When in reality they go, okay, now you're in, this is hard work. Make a list of your friends and family, trick them into a meeting with me, and then we'll try and persuade that, okay, but that's not what you said it was. You said it was a real business. You said I was going to be a millionaire. You said it was copy and paste easy. You said I wouldn't need to do all this crap. Oh, I know, but this is the reality. Guess what? Reality should be the same as the truth when you're setting expectations. Let me repeat that. It's very important as a network marketer if you want to secure a rank and grow a decent team. The reality should be the same as the truth. It's the truth. Okay? What do I mean? Well, of course, there's the same thing. You'll know. We can paint a picture of this, can't we? Reality is just perception. On social media, with our marketing, with our message, with our stories, we can shape what people think is the reality. We need to make sure that these two are the same when we're setting our prospects' expectations. Because if you came in and your expectation was up here, and when you realize that it wasn't, you're probably going to go, sod this, I quit. Right? I quit, right? That's what the natural reaction. This is not what you said it was. I don't trust you. We're done. Do you want to be that person? Do you want to have a team full of people who you're having to try and like pussyfoot and creep around because you told them that it was a certain way and really it's not? Wouldn't you rather stand out as saying, you know what, join my team. We have a system where I can show you how to generate leads, convert 30% into sales and make this much money. It ain't pretty, but it works. You'll have to roll your sleeves up. You'll have to go to work. There'll be some failure, but I'll be on your side. I won't hold your hand because I'm teaching you to be independent, but the system and the tools will make you independent for yourself. Do you want it or not? If you came with that message, maybe not as pumped up as I am, but if you came with that message, you'd get the higher caliber of person, the people that would stick with you and wouldn't quit. You wouldn't get people coming in and then going out and coming in and going out, leaky bucket syndrome. So many people build an MLM business and the bottom of their bucket is leaky because they say millionaire. No, it's not. Okay, some people fall out of it. They say don't have to speak to friends and family. Only yes, you do. Like they have poke all these holes in the bucket and all these people just fall out of their team because their expectations have been artificially inflated. So don't do that. And you'll find you have a much more secure team. They stick around because they know the game and they made an informed choice, right? They came in with their eyes open and they expected this struggle, and that's the truth. So let's go through that. Manage expectations. Also, play the long game. Okay? When do you want to stop making money in network marketing? A year, 5 years, 10 years, or do you want to make it forever? If you want to make it forever, you're going to have to do some activity forever, okay? You may be lucky and get an amazing team member who stays with you forever. We can't depend on that. So we must have our own plan A. We must put ourselves first in terms of controlling our income. So if we're going to do that, we need to play the long game and say, what could I do for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and actually be happy about it? What could I teach my family, or what could I teach my daughter or my son so they can continue and I can give them this business too? And it's something they would love to do. Give them that choice, right? So play the long game. And one of the best ways I can teach you to play the long game is with your marketing methods, okay? With your marketing methods. Because your energy, okay, and enthusiasm is going to decline the longer you do this. So you need to have a system in place that can account for that in terms of results. Results are over here. and this is time. Okay, so we got results and time. The longer time goes on, the less energy you're going to have to give to create results. The longer time goes on, we need a system to counteract and take that weight for us. I love prospecting, okay, sort of. I don't mind doing it. I enjoy talking to people. I like to test what I'm teaching is working. But do I want to have 50 conversations a day on Facebook about somebody's shoes just so I can try and sign them up into a team? No, I wouldn't want to do that. I got sick of that pretty quick. Do you want to do that forever? Do you want to have like we talked about Johnny Upline? Whatever you're doing right now, if it's something you're going to grow tired of, we need to find a way to replace what it does for you. Does that make sense? If you're not going to want to prospect 50 people a day, every day, for the next 30 years, do we not need to find a way to have prospects come to us so we don't have to go fishing and sit there with a rod all day? Absolutely. So a way that we can do this is by having a passive marketing system. Passive marketing. You're looking at some right now. Okay? This YouTube video will be watched by, you may be a subscriber of mine. Hello, thank you, I appreciate your subscription. But it also, you may have found this video via sometimes advertising. I sometimes advertise videos with paid marketing. I don't have to be there for that, do I? I just say, here's my budget, and I know what I'm doing with that these days. Off it goes, and it brings people to me. You may be watching this video, you found it through keywords. You may have typed in something on YouTube and go, oh, this looks like a video that could help me. And now you're here watching it, and hopefully I'm giving you some great advice, right? So there's many ways that this video can be found, not just when I release it, but a week later, a month later, 2 years later, 5 years later. Will this advice still stand up 10 years from now? Absolutely. Principles will remain the same. So I can generate leads from this video 10 years from now. 10 years from now, someone can jump on YouTube and go, I want to secure my rank in network marketing. Let me see how I do that. Let me watch this guy. Let me reach out to this guy. I want to know what products he's got. I want to know if he'll coach me. I want to know what he's doing. And I receive messages like that many times a day. I make business from that, right? So I grow my business with passive marketing. I plug my interest, as it were, into a sales funnel, which again allows me to passively market what I do. I don't have to be there to present. I don't have to be there to close. I don't have to be there to generate the lead. This video has already been recorded right now, and when you're watching this, I'll be doing something else. So this, putting more and more and more videos like this, and the same with the podcast, and the same with the blog post or a website, and the same with learning paid marketing, it allows you to do something one time and generate interest and conversions like we spoke about, sales, over and over and over and over again without having to put the time in. And that's important for freedom. See, I'm all about, instead of a huge distinction, okay, with my training and what everybody else is going to teach you. You know what, one of the biggest, other than putting yourself first and some of the things I'm going to go through, it's about how I create leverage for you. Let me explain this quickly. Only take me a few seconds. Leverage. What most people teach you is the way to achieve this is by building a team. They say that's the way. When you have a team and they're duplicating, then you'll get leverage. Leverage being making money without having to put the time in. Okay? I don't believe that can be, in fact, I know it can't be guaranteed, because it involves, let's say for you to get leverage, you've got to get 500 people in a team to get any decent income. 500 people is a lot of people to be going through life, to be experiencing changes of heart, changes of opinion, health scares, new companies. We can't guarantee that will create us leverage ever, because it involves other people and you can't control the people. So what I tell you to do and teach you to do is your actions are going to create leverage for you. The way you build the business, the systems you put in place, the things you 100% can control is the safe bet to create leverage. It also allows you to focus on less things. So this is a big, big distinction in the way that I train and teach. Everyone out there is like, ooh, like, you know, shouldn't we be playing Care Bears and holding hands and phoning everybody 50 times? I'm like, if you want to, but I'd rather teach you something that will actually empower your team to get results in a better way. But even if they don't, you still write your own paycheck because you're in control. You can sponsor 20 people this week if you want to. That's the big distinction, right? And this is why I'm talking about, you know, looking at playing the long game. You want to put yourself in the driving seat, put passive marketing out there. It's okay if you want to prospect. It's okay if you want to go out there and 3-foot rule, if that floats your boat, but have something else that should you become ill, should you become tired, should you become jaded or change direction, that flow of business will still continue. Does that make sense? You can't secure your rank if it requires your time and effort over and over again all the time, or it all falls to pieces. So play the long game with your marketing methods, okay? That one. So we've got 3 left, okay? Here's another big one. A lot of people drop their ranks or even quit because of financial worries outside of their network marketing team. So there's you. And we have 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put F/T. These are all full-time income streams. What do I mean by full-time? Full-time equals all your overheads. Let's just abbreviate to O-heads. So your car payment, your mortgage payment, to take your kids out on a weekend, to go on holiday, to put food on the table, to cover credit cards, whatever it may be, everything that you're going to have to spend, maintenance on, something breaks down, you've got a little bit spare, okay? You need to be able to have 3 income streams that provide that level of money. If you want one to be a job, okay, that's fine. If you want one to be your MLM, that's fine. But one must be one that you 100% control. Why? Well, what's stopping your boss coming to you and saying, really sorry, business, the economy is tough, got to let you go? Nothing. And if the company goes under, they don't even have to pay redundancy, right? Good luck chasing that. What's stopping the MLM saying, you know what, the economy is tough, we're going to have to shut the company down, or we can't afford to pay people for a year, or we're going to move into another company and you may not like the product. I've had these things happen to myself. So I know these things can be true, right? I've been made redundant when I was 18. I've had 2 or 3 companies closed down. So I learned, okay, I'm never going to be in this situation again where I have to panic, where I go, oh my goodness, this was where the majority of my income was coming from. What am I supposed to do now? How can I possibly keep putting my time and effort into this team that's not giving me enough money, but I need the money from somewhere, so we make stupid choices? I'm gonna put a pin in network marketing for now, and I'll come back to it when I've got the money. Never happens, does it? So you want to be in a position where even if these 2 go away, it's a bad day, don't get me wrong, but you can look your family and yourself in the eye and you say, no big deal. We can keep control of our finances. Our money is covered. I'm going to start, maybe looking for another job or maybe rebuilding an MLM team. That's okay, because I know how to do this. And we're covered in the meantime. So that stops you dropping ranks. Let's say something else happened and one of your remaining income streams was your MLM. People panic, they quit, they do all sorts of silly things. You'll never be in that situation if you do that. And here's what I recommend. I recommend you clear all your debt, you put 6 months' money in the bank, and you build 3 full-time income streams. Then you relax for a little bit and you breathe. So what did I just say? No debt, 6 months in the bank, you don't touch it, you pretend like it doesn't exist, and 3 full-time income streams. Remember that advice. I never want you to be in a position where you have to panic and do something stupid. And this stops that ever happening. Okay? It vastly reduces it, right? So do that. Please do that with any money that you're going to earn. Do that first. Okay? Next point. Okay, here we are. Yeah, 2-0. Fish. Oh, this is a big one. Fish in the right pond. Okay? Got this. I'm going to try and watch my language. I'm not a sweary person, but when I get passionate, sometimes it spills out. So I want to try and be respectful. So how many people have you seen fishing in Facebook groups or places where it just doesn't make sense? So we get these MLM and network marketing groups. NWM for network marketing groups. And it's post your link here, or sign up for network marketing here, or whatever it may be, right? Promote your business. Who are these people that are in these groups, like Facebook groups particularly? Who are they? Are they people looking for an opportunity? No, they're not. They are existing network marketers trying to promote. That's who those groups are full of. Because you only have to take a couple of scrolls down and it's full of people posting their opportunities, right? Posting them. So imagine this for a second. Okay, imagine this for a second, because we want the right team members that are likely to stick around, right, and likely to sign up. Imagine, right, you and I, we both own a shoe shop. Okay, we both own a shoe shop, stacked full of shoes. There's me, and you own one too. I'm sorry, I made yours smaller. I didn't do that on purpose. That's your shoe shop, and you're there too. Okay, and we come to a shoe selling convention. Okay, we go to the top floor of a fancy building and it's a convention time, right? How to sell more shoes, right? So we go there saying, great, we're going to sell more shoes at this convention. It's going to be fantastic. But if all this convention is doing is inviting shoe shop owners and that's who it's full of, how many shoes are we going to sell? I come to you with shoes and I say, hey, do you want to buy some shoes? You go, no, I've got a shop full. I've already got shoes. I came here to sell my shoes. Do you want to buy my shoes? I say, no, I got as many shoes as I can take. I got all the shoes back home. I don't need your shoes. So we both stand there and go, we're in the wrong place, right? We're not fishing in the right pond. So this is the equivalent of the network marketing Facebook groups. Okay, we've got people who don't own a shoe shop. They own an MLM. Or an opportunity, work from home opportunity, whatever they want to call it. So they both already have one. And they go to the group, the convention as it were, and they say, hey, do you want to join an MLM? And you say, no, I'm trying to get people into mine. Do you want to join mine? And you say, no, I'm trying to get people into mine. What a stupid investment of time. For crying out loud. You wouldn't do it with any other business. Why do we lose the plot in network marketing? Why do we do this? Like, network marketing is a business. It's a business. It is no different to any other business. You're selling shoes, you're selling consultancy, you have a product and a business, and you are trying to find people that have an affinity, a likelihood to want to buy that product or that opportunity and build it or consume it. It is no different to any other business. No different. When would you see a solicitor going to another solicitor and saying, hey, do you want some soliciting services? Well, no, I already am one. When would you see a shoe shop owner going to another shoe shop with shoes saying, do you want to buy some shoes? No, look around. I've already got as many shoes as I can handle. I'm trying to sell them. So why on earth are network marketers continually go into these groups and say, hey, you can join my team and do X amount of... No, you can't at all. The thing that is broke is that person's mentality and that person's skill set. It isn't the opportunity that's causing them to be broke. It's that they're broke in their approach. Hence why they're in there posting in the Facebook group. I can teach you how to make £75 million this week. No, you can't. If you could, you wouldn't be inside the group posting like an amateur. Right? I saw an advert the other day. I get organic leads from Facebook. I'm like, it's a Facebook ad. If you get all these millions of organic Facebook leads, why are you advertising? To make yourself look stupid. Your message has got to be congruent, so fish in the right pond. If you are looking for, let's say for example, you have vitamins you want to sell. And these vitamins are great for weight loss. Okay, these are weight loss vitamins. Okay? Why not say to yourself, okay, who would really benefit from these vitamins? Like, think about yourself. If you've bought the vitamins, who are you? Maybe you're, like, say if it was me, I might say, okay, I'm 38 years old, I'm getting towards middle age, like, I don't want to gain weight, maybe I've gained a little bit of weight, so I want to trim this back so I can play and carry on playing with my daughter, so I can be active like I used to be, keep up with the sports that I've got. So that's what I would do. If I was in an MLM that was selling weight loss vitamins, I would build a brand around middle-aged men, put middle-aged men, and I'd, without writing it all out, I'd make it about those kind of emotions. Hey, listen, are you approaching 40 or just the other side of 40 and noticing that your waist is expanding more than you'd like it to? Wouldn't you like to go back and wear some of the clothes that you used to fit in? Wouldn't you, more importantly, keep your energy and your vigor and your confidence so that you can continue your attractiveness to your partner, so that you can play with your children, so you can keep up with sports? I mean, we all know that you either use it or lose it. Last thing you want is to let that weight creep, and then you end up being just another overweight middle-aged guy who you promised you never would be. These vitamins have helped me avoid that, and I feel confident they can do the same for you. I would build my brand around that, as opposed to going into a Facebook group and saying, my vitamin's better than your vitamin. Why don't you pay me and join my vitamin company even though you've joined 7? See the difference? I'm fishing in the right pond, because now I say, okay, where do middle-aged men that have children hang out? Well, I can look for Facebook groups that have fathers in them, or parenting groups. I can look for Facebook groups where people are weight loss groups. I can go and look for and create content on YouTube or podcasts or blogs around these type of things that people are going to type in. Middle-aged men, slim waist. I can think entirely differently than if I'm just going in there and just going, okay, I have some bait, let me just throw it out there. I hope it goes in the right pond, which is what most of you are doing, and there's no need you're getting a bunch of losers in your team, because you're bringing them in with loser tactics and loser mentality. And I did this. I'm not calling you a loser. There's a difference between a bright person using shitty tactics and a shitty person using shitty tactics, okay? I would say that I'm above average intelligence, I hope, right? I would say that I know I'm a hard worker, and yet I did all these mistakes too, because that's what I was shown. I'm here to kind of snap you out of that and you to go, this guy makes sense. I stopped building an MLM team for the purpose that I want you to know that I'm here for you. Thankfully, I'm at a level now where I have so many students, I can go to them and say, hey, this still working, and I know what I'm teaching is relevant and it's working really well. But I'm not here to sign you up. I'm not leading you into and saying, so join my team. I'm here for your benefit. I'm here to teach you how to build a business that will give you all the freedom and the income that you were hoping for. You've just not been taught the way to do it. Okay, and I get resistance from old timers. I get resistance from people with all the old-fashioned methods. Go use them if you want to. But if you're following me, just know that I'm going to do my very best to grab you by the scruff of the neck, no P's and Q's, and I'm just going to say, put your face in front of the truth and say, if you want a plan, this is it. Okay, this is how we do things in the real world. If you don't have an amazing background in MLM, if you don't have a silver spoon, if you need to dig and dig and dig and know where the best place to dig is. So fish in the right pond, okay? That way, if you know that you're bringing in quality people with their eyes open and they understand your message, they're more likely to stick around, they're more likely to duplicate, they're more likely to know other people like them. It's a smart strategy. And then the final one, create a culture. Okay? People sometimes quit things, they very rarely quit people. Okay? How do you create a culture? Well, you can do things like have a team name. I like that one. But you also want to have a truthful ethos. Like if you're a subscriber of mine, like the number of people I have that don't stay on my email list or unsubscribe or whatever is very, very minimal. Like whenever I've received coaching from people, they're like, is that this month? I'm like, no, that's this year for unsubscribes. They're like, man, that like, how did you do that? And the reason being is that my ethos and what I say, it's the same, it's truthful. Like I give you the core message of what I believe and what I know to be true and how I sponsored over 700 people and taught other network marketers to sign up and generate revenue over 1.5 million in sales. So I know these things are real. So when I teach them with confidence and I don't deviate. I'm not here saying, okay, what would they want to hear on this YouTube video that makes me look good so I can get a subscriber? I don't do that. I'm just a normal looking guy in front of a whiteboard, seriously passionate about giving you the information to set you free in your business. So if you follow me, you tend to be all in. You tend to be the kind of person that's like, I'm serious. I want to be a successful marketer. I want to grow my home business to a certain level, predictability, professionalism. I like this guy's message. So because I don't deviate from that message, you don't want to deviate with your attention either. So make sure when you're creating a culture, it's one of loyalty. You be loyal to them. It's one of, you have a name that represents who you are. The technique, the tactics that you're showing them, it manages their expectations. You're giving them a feeling and praising them for things that you want to be repeated. And that must be a truthful ethos. So sit down and think, what is important for me to communicate with my team? What is important that they have in place when they come in, like a fast start training, a bonus members area, stuff like that. Think about these things, make a list of them, and build a culture around that. So when somebody comes in, they say, man, I knew exactly what I was getting into. It's exactly as you said it was. It's even better when I'm on the inside. And man, I know you're there to support me, but like you said, I'm independent here. And, I've got the tactics, I've got the system, but I'm able to build this for myself, okay? That's the kind of culture you want to create. So many people create a culture of blame or ring me every 2 seconds if you're stuck. I can't log into Facebook. I'm like, why are you ringing me? Am I Mark Zuckerberg? How I say to when I was building a team, I used to say to them, my time, if it's not with you, it's with my wife, my daughter, or doing something that I love and enjoy. So if you call me or you message me and I can Google it and find the answer, I'm going to be pissed off. Because I was doing something important and you took me away from that because you couldn't be asked to open a new tab and go, how do I set up a Facebook page? Instead, you want Muggins here to do it for you. I'll give you all the help that you want. The length of my videos, if you've ever messaged me, I probably recorded an audio for you. I jump on the phone with people. I help people as much as I possibly can. But I'll help people that are helping themselves. I'm not going to be someone, and you shouldn't either, who provides a crutch that holds up their excuses or distances them from their success. I was talking about this with a Facebook group the other day. Someone was saying, I said, stop asking stupid questions that make no difference and start doing the work. And someone said, oh, no, people should ask as many questions as they want. I said, there's 2 types of questions. Number 1, the questions where someone really needs the answer to move them closer to their results by taking action. And number 2, a question that they're asking through weakness because they feel that that's work done today as opposed to taking action. I said sometimes the answer is you don't need no more information, you need to get your backside to work and discover it out for yourself. And too many people don't say that to network marketers because they're afraid of them quitting their team. I say it from the start so when they come in, they're hardened to your approach, they're professionals, they respect your honesty and your word counts for something. Okay, do you see how that culture would be a big difference from patting back, rubbing bellies for anything? Oh, you changed the colour of your logo. Woo! Let's give you the logo sticker. Well, no, because they didn't make any money and they're here to make money and you just helped them, enabled them to be longer in debt. Why don't you teach them what really needs to happen, okay? So these are the things that are on my mind that I've done and used really well and that I wanted to teach you today. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, wasn't there? Did they help? Was one more useful than the other? Did one stand out, a certain message, a certain sentence? Let me know in the comments if something really hit home. I appreciate your comments and your likes anyway, just to let me know I'm on the right track with the content that I'm giving you. You have my permission if there's someone in your team or you have an existing team or people you know in network marketing, if you think this would help them, by all means, share it with them. Like I said, I'm not building an MLM team, so there's no chance of them leaving you for me or anything like that. I'm here to help, and I've made sure that you can do that securely and safely. As I always say, go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires and excuses. And before I go, I'm not ready to give you link or anything yet, but I have got something new coming out that will benefit you as a network marketer if you like my teachings. I don't want to share any details right now. I'm not here to pitch you anything on this video, but just keep a lookout. Make sure if you're a subscriber, you're looking out for my videos or you're on my email list. There will be some news on that very, very soon. Like I said, as always, go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires and excuses. Have a fantastic day. I hope this gave you some value, and bye for now. See you soon.